Okay, let's do as we're told.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Scared. Howdy.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yes, he did. Hello?
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Wow, all this
Feeling a wave
time.
of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
They ball up inside you. Day out, passive aggressively on other co-workers, resent co-workers for not supporting you. Yep. Every PowerPoint. Everyone is unique. You most of all. Oh, thank you. We need reviews. Less reviews. Deaf support portion in the primary review. Okay. Doing as I'm told this time because room closet.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Damn it.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I want to go upstairs, but he'll kill me if I don't do as I'm told. Ah, what do I do? Fuck it. I want to get out of this building. Okay, red lights. Ah, God.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work
Fuck, did
hours.
they get that
He might be
car into
fired for
here?
that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for
No, I'm
no
not crazy.
reason at all. None of it made any logical sense.
What the fuck?
And as
That's
Stanley
the same.
pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
Oh my God!
Doors close automatically behind him wherever he went. And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look...
Ah!
Were
This
they
is
simply
horrible.
repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. At last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he
I
thought to
can't do
himself,
anything but walk around these
I'll wake up
rooms.
soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
He didn't.
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield.
No, he didn't.
And it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley
No, I'm still
marveled
here.
that he had
Still
still not
here.
woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head.
I'm not
One
crazy.
he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who
this is
found it
giving me real
particularly
creeps.
strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me,
Oh my
thinking about how it's describing my thoughts,
Oh,
he
now
thought.
bad.
And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream.
Yes.
So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons.
Yep, I want to push
Please.
buttons.
It's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been.
Yep.
My life is normal.
Suppress the little guy.
Normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Ah!
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I'm real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black. This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Huh. Wow. Well, we'll leave it there for today then. See ya!